Escape from Monkey Island. You know, I was surprised. This game came out in 2000, and I didn't see hide nor hair of it until about 2002. I remember spotting it at least after 2002 because I remember spotting it in Boscov's with my wife at the time. Well, before we were married, at least. And ironically enough, I think it was a PlayStation 4 release. No, not PlayStation 4. But it was a PlayStation release. Now, this was the fourth in the Monkey Island franchise. And I think it also has the distinct honor of being the last LucasArts title. It's also the first of the series that was done in 3D. And you saw some characters return from on in the series. And this is also a game where LeChuck doesn't necessarily seem to be the primary villain. A character named Ozzy Mandrill is your main antagonist. He is a rich Australian bloke who's trying to buy up the Caribbean and basically domesticate all the pirates. But as the story of it goes, Guybrush and Elaine are returning from their 3 month honeymoon, returning to Melee Island, only to find out that Elaine was declared dead. And so they are preparing to have an election for a new governor. And the big contender is a gentleman named Charles L. Charles. I've seen the Monkey Island wiki a few times, and I never pieced it together until after I started playing this game. That Charles L. Charles is LeChuck. So, Elaine is working on undoing that little kerfuffle, and at the same time, she's got to run for the job of governor. Again. Well, Guybrush heads to another island. Well, he's got to get a crew together. And he doesn't get the full original crew together. Although the original crew are back on Melee Island. Carla the Sword Master, Otis, and Meat Hook are back on the island. However, Meat Hook is left pirating. He's working on painting. Or some sort of creation of art. Guybrush has to bribe Carla and Otis to help him by basically putting, offering them cushy government jobs. But apparently, they didn't fare too well. And then by the time they finally escaped Monkey Island, uh, which again, this shows that completing the first game with Herman Toothrot helping you get off the island was the way to go. Anyhow, events happen, That Guybrush is framed for bank robbery by the creep with no nose. I think his name was Pegnose Peterson. Well, you have to, of course, clear your name. You also find out that Ozzy Mandrill had this guy do this so that, in an effort to stop Guybrush and Elaine. After that, they must head to another island in search of the ultimate insult. Just in case, things go awry, at least they can stop LeChuck. Of course, this is when after LeChuck reveals that he is Charles L. Charles. They are not aware that Ozzy and LeChuck are working together. Of course, during these events, Guybrush runs across another familiar face, or lack of face, as we run into Murray on one of the islands. For being an evil character, you gotta like Murray. He's likable. We also run into Stan. I hate Stan. Yeah, he didn't fare too well with Ozzy. Mainly because Ozzy sees him as competition. And views the only best thing to do with competition is keep it stamped down. Well, while you get things on these islands to, quote, allow yourself to create the ultimate insult, you end up, by the time you get all this together, Elaine has lost the election. Mainly thanks to Charles L. Charles buying his votes. And so, LeChuck is now revealed that he's working with Mandrill. There is some belief that Mandrill is in control of Chuck. But I wouldn't put it past LeChuck to, quote, act like he's giving Mandrill control. Anyhow, the plan goes, they don't kill him because they don't kill Guybrush because as long as Guybrush is alive, this will bring Elaine. So they LeChuck, puts him on Monkey Island. And thus we have our last appearance of Monkey Island in the franchise, at least. Guybrush must now find some way to assemble another ultimate insult, or find some way to defeat LeChuck. During his explorations of the island, he finds the Church of LeChuck. I gotta say this: when you have a society that can actually meet and talk to its own god, uh, you have to worry about that society. Of course, LeChuck is egotistical, powerful. Who knows? Of course, they come up with we have a lava log ride, which is supposed to be part of the marriage ceremony. Which, in some ways, I can see. I can see a good representation in that. Of course, I also say you can't enjoy the good moments if you don't experience the bad moments too. As Guybrush explores the island, he finds a gigantic monkey robot on the island. And apparently, actually, the monkey robot, I think, is the actual monkey head, which I still don't understand how that can be connected. But um, during this time, we also meet an intelligent monkey who has been blessed with the power of speech. And we learn about monkey combat. I suppose LucasArts had to get a stab at Mortal Kombat. Of course, as we find, and we also find Herman Toothrots back on the island. And we also restore his memory. And it is revealed that Herman Toothrot, with his memory fully restored, is actually Elaine's grandfather, Horatio T. Marley. I can't remember what the T stood for. Also, that monkey that you had keep the gate open in Monkey Island 1, well, it's his son is now the leader of the civilized monkeys on Monkey Island. So now, in this giant monkey mech, you stop Ozzy's plan of using the ultimate insult to completely devastate the Pirates of the Caribbean and turn it into what he views as a paradise, a corporate money-making waste, gimmick. And once you do that, LeChuck's ghost possesses his own statue, which is a giant. He made all the pirates on Melee Island build it. Uh, you know, uh, because they were dumb. Although when Elaine was campaigning, she was basically going around telling everyone that Charles L. Charles was LeChuck, and of course, that sounds pretty far fetched, even for pirates. So they didn't necessarily believe it. But in the end, we have Ultimate Monkey Combat. I honestly, I am glad I used a walkthrough for this. I actually found the monkey combat a little bit annoying. And I don't know what they were thinking or what they were smoking. But, you know, I mean, you learn in the game that you have to win at monkey combat. But in this final battle, you're not supposed to win. You're supposed to draw. This is what beats LeChuck. And I just wonder how many people who played this game literally wasted hours trying to beat LeChuck. Of course, in the end, LeChuck is beaten. Horatio Marley takes over governorship of the island. And Elaine and Guybrush leave on a pirate lifestyle. This could have, I mean, had this been the end of the series, I'm going to be honest, it would have been a very lackluster ending to the series. Very, very lackluster. And with this being actually the last game, I think LucasArts, if I said this earlier, and I think it's true, it was the last LucasArts title released. We probably would have had a very ending for the franchise. I mean, this is a game. First off, not making LeChuck the main villain was a drawback. I'm not gonna lie. It was a serious, serious drawback in this game. Trying to redeem it towards the end, somewhat. And that is something I have to admit. Most of the game's titles did at least end that it could be the end of the story. Of course, except for number 2. But I'm and I will admit the opening of the game, it helps you set up with the system that you're using, the 3D system, and how it's supposed to work. And I suppose they made it that way too with the idea of porting it to console systems. But it did have its positives, I'll say. In the end, of course, it's not the last title. And like I said, in the beginning, they had some nice little nods because if you were unfamiliar with the franchise, they give you an idea of what you've been going into. And even LeChuck, when he transforms out of his form of Charles L. Charles, you see him alternate between Ghost Pirate LeChuck, Zombie Pirate LeChuck, Demon LeChuck. That was actually a brilliant maneuver on their part. So again, kind of sorry that they didn't really make him the main villain in this game. They tried to redeem it, but that's how it is. That is really how it is with this game. I think if I were to rate all the Monkey Island games, this is the one that would end up on the bottom. I still played it. I played it through. But, if I had gotten this even when it had come out, I think I would have been disappointed. Although it does have one of the more clever moments in the franchise. A literal time paradox. So, I gotta give it that. That was actually clever. You'll have to play it to find out what I'm talking about, or watch my playthrough, or, you know. But that's all I'm going to say about Escape from Monkey Island. I'm sure I'll say more when I get to the series retrospective. Hope you've enjoyed, and please subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. And take care all. Bye.